Good morning. Welcome to ABC123 Trader. It's about a half hour before the open. It is April 29th. It's a Thursday. And let's get into the risk disclaimer and we'll get going here. All forms of trading carry high level of risk, so you should only speculate with money you can afford to lose. You can lose more than your initial deposit and stake. Please ensure your chosen method matches your investment objectives. Familiarize yourself with the risks involved and, if necessary, seek independent advice. U.S. government required disclaimer states Commodity Futures Trading Commission, trading financial institutes of any kind, including options, futures, and securities, have large potential rewards but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the options, futures, and stock markets. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Alrighty, let's get into it. And good morning. So anyways, this little project I've been doing for a while, for the past couple of weeks. And ironically enough, I'm looking on the chat about someone about what's the best way to be a consistent trader. Consistency is the key. It's trying to find some type of methodology that is beneficial for you. I cannot do that for you. Everybody says this is the golden, this is the best way to trade, and the key is, it's all based on emotion. And even for myself, when I started learning how to day trade, I took a lot of hits because I was I'll say I wasn't the best trader, and I was trying to find that aha strategy, and I've tested tons and tons and tons of strategies, and I still test today. And the bottom line is once you control your emotions and really, really look at the big picture and try to find areas of support and resistance, and you just step back for a while, one could be a consistent trader. Now, this pet project that I was doing for the past couple of weeks, if people see me throw in my previous video, throw a trade, yes, it's a winning trade, and you've seen me on live too with losses as well. And I was doing live for a while, but trying to do live while trading on live trades and doing that at the same time and trying to educate is very, very difficult. And I think maybe some of the reasons why guys do sim trading, because they don't really have to think about it, or if they're wrong, then they don't care. Well, see, I try to care, and because I really want to see you guys succeed and be consistent. So with that being said, let's start looking at the statistics. So I've traded for 11 days, okay? And a trade day means as soon as you go click buy, sell. I can wait 4 days without it, and this number won't change. This is an actual trading day. So far in the actual trading days, as you can see, I'm 90% on my goal, and the reason why I'm going ever so slowly to get the combine is, if you hit a $3,000 marker on the very first day, then you gotta just click buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, just until these trading days are finished for the exam. I would rather, for myself, if I can be a consistent trader instead of going for that one home run, and then you pass the, let's say you pass the combine or whatever, and then you start trying to trade regular, and all of a sudden you're taking all these losses. I would rather have this step. So in order to know my methodology is working correctly. So, as you can see through the statistics, I've only had 7 winning trades maximum in a row, 3 losses in a row. And when you start looking at the statistics and you're going down on the graph, as you can see, I'm consistently going up. I had that one loss day, but I'm slowly but surely making my way to the top. Okay. My daily P&L, once again, net 65 was the worst day I've had. But as you can see, day in and day out, I can have 60% win rates. I can even go as low as 33, and that's maybe this is a 33 day. What was it, 19? No, it wasn't. Even 19 was here at a 33 with profit. But if you go trade distribution, and you can see for some reason Fridays is not my day, and you can see I progressively get. Sounds kind of funny. I trade worse, and Mondays are my always best days, and I work my way down. Maybe it's a mental game. I have no idea for myself. But you can see where most of my trading is between 8, 9, well, it's all around the board here, but you can see, but majority of it's 8 in the morning. I don't know why they say 8. I don't know if this is Central Time or whatever. But you can tell my worst trade, I guess 135 at 6 a.m. I had one bad trade there. And once you start figuring out the times that you trade and all that, it will come together. And you can see I'm just focusing on one instrument right now. You can focus on ES, you can focus YM, RTY, whatever. But at this point in time, I just want to show you once again that to become a consistent trader, and I'm at 74% now, so it's getting better and better, creeping up ever so slowly, that I'm taking my time every day, and I'm not trading that long. I'm not sitting all day by the computer. Some days it's frustrating. Other days you can get your hit in right away, and today looks like it's going to be one of those days because the market's moving quite well. As we are in that buy phase, where I'm just waiting for the pullback for market open. See if we get a good enough pullback for a continuation. Okay. Now, let's start looking at the technicals. There we go, there's that pullback. And I will get to the first chart. I'll transition. Let's transition here. Start on the daily. So, if you can see this line in the sand here, guys. This is, we're in they call it the day, the swing scanner. And so we have a couple of block orders which we're breaking through. So you can see they're quite tight. So we have a block order here. We've got a few. They're really short because of the consolidation. But as you can see, we're finally punching through. So we're probably going to hit new levels today. I always find new levels are much more difficult to trade than versus the retracement and getting back to the top. But that's okay. And so this whole phase here was the sell phase, and you can see we just tapped a couple of times, and so we're still working. See, we haven't had a really clear breakout. They're just playing, but we're starting to going up again. We're working our way. See where we are now. On our levels, we'll reset in the morning. So we'll find out where the new target levels are. And the levels today, that was last night, because of FOMC. Look how ugly FOMC was. This is FOMC. And this is the reason why I don't. Yesterday when I did that video, I said I'm just going to wait till FOMC kicks in. And this is all that happened in the FOMC day. And after FOMC was done, guess what? Now they're making their move. They waited for the news. This is the whole crazy news day. Or not these 2 days, but this one right here for sure. Okay. Now let's see how strong this pullback is. Maybe we can get down to here for a continuation. Maybe we'll get down to this zone. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it that hard so far. And I'll get rid of this one for now. Not anymore. And so now when I'm looking at the volumetrics, what I always look for, I want to see how the delta is running. If there's a lot of buying and selling, you can see there's a big sell-off right now. And it's following the pattern. So maybe we can get to these order blocks, maybe down to here, where you can see where the support and resistance is. And I want this right now. And we just go chart by chart. And so what I do is in the morning, oh look at that nice pullback. Well, maybe it will be a sell-off today, who knows. Get down to maybe this level here, down here for the NQ. Maybe down here for ES, so if I go F6 here, let's just have some fun here. Break out order block. that one there, that one there, and this one probably down here somewhere. Yeah, you can see all the consolidation. I have to see what the volume point of control is. Oh, that's that other line. Okay. So this is what I do when I go from chart to chart to chart, guys. It's just to figure out where the projections are going to possibly happen. 5-minute chart. 5-minute. This one failed. We might get a buy-in. Continue on. Okay, where are we on? Let's just take a look. It's still early in the day. So here's the swings, the trend changer. So if it breaks out and comes up, we can take this trade going northbound. Okay, now let's start. I'm going to go to one more chart here. Let's transition. And what we're going to do, let's see if I can find it here. What I will do in the morning, and kind of the rule of thumb that I'm trying to have here is, I wonder, here's what we try to do is, of course, we want to be on the right side of the trend. When things were working well, the sell phase wasn't working the greatest. But as you can see this number here, we're already in a positive number. And when the number is positive, majority of the time it will stay positive. But now, since we're getting close to market open, I will look at the current market condition, see if I can get a pullback. Let's say it finishes at 0.5 just before market open. Let's see if we can get it down to 0.25, more of a pullback for a continuation, depending on where support and resistance is. And I'll correlate the numbers accordingly. I'll also look at, for example, the Williams to see how it's functioning on energies, etc., and I'll look for support and resistance. This chart looks very noisy. Maybe I have too many color graphs here, so let's just clean it up a little bit here, because I have some live information, and I have some quieter ones as well. And what I'll do is market analysis. I'll just reduce the opacity so you can see the charts a little bit better here. Just clean it up a little bit better here so you can see it. Now, that's 5-minute too. Interesting. So, what I look for is this morning session here. This is New York. I call it. They're having their so-called safety meetings for finances. In the whale patch, we'd have our safety meeting before we start work. This is what they're talking about, their game plan for today. Which direction are we going? Have we completed our tasks? If not, what are we going to do? So while they're doing this game, I will look what they did in London session. London session said, here, what are we going to do? Let's pull it down. It says, okay, let's move the market up. So they move the market up. So they're doing the same, probably not guaranteed until we see how far it pulls down. Maybe they'll get down to the London session for a continuation. But this is what their game plan is. And my gut feeling is when this pull, okay, what will happen is when this New York session, this blue area right here gets bigger and bigger, this region will get tighter and tighter and tighter, and we're at volume point of control here. You can see the 3 ranges, so we're all in that zone. And because I'm on a positive bias, I want to be above this, for sure, this region here. If I'm above this region, most likely it will continue up. Okay. It's the most safest for myself, safest for trading. We all have all indications saying it's going up. We have the volume, the VWAP pointing up. Volume point of control is kind of in the middle. We're within that region. All the boxes are slowly pointing up, but we always wait for the pullback. These numbers are all positive, very low retracement numbers. So everything's showing exceptionally well for the market to go up. And we're early in the phase. Now, when I'm looking at different charts, such as this one, This one's just breaking, but that's fine. No, it hasn't even broke yet. There's an arrow there. But what I will look for, oh, there it is right here. Now I'll create my new region. Fibonacci retracement, or Fib predictor. So because I'm above this zone, and this is the zone I want to be above, you know, let me reload this. I'm going to get rid of some of the market information. We have high volume spike for resistance, high volume spike for resistance, and so this is the top of the region. Let it come back. If it pulls hard and it gets down to this zone and bounces up, this is what I'll look for, and we can continue on. Then we'll have this, the most conservative target, guys. I always say in the morning, the conservative target 1. Actually, this is the most conservative, top of the range. So I'm going to put those. I'm actually going to stay in draw mode, and what I will do is just keep it as good. There's target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, and then we don't know from that point forward. Okay, so if this is point, let's say whatever this is 0.68, we probably still can go up another 1.2% today. Let's say 1.4, somewhere around there. I'm projecting it. If we can double that, and basically now we have our game plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for market open, see what the reaction is. I will look to see if we can get down, maybe back to this low zone here. So let's put it down here. There's an order block there with that, but we broke over that order block. And then this is all it is a waiting game now. Now we're going to see how violent the market is. If the market really starts taking off, I might be able to jump in quickly. Usually I give it a few minutes. And as you can see, we're having a really serious pullback here. And so when the market opens, we're right in that sweet spot as well. But I don't usually take this on just before market open. I'll give it some time. And as you can see, we have this really big rejection like this. And we'll see how far it goes down. Now, one of the biggest trades I really enjoy, of course, is this one right here. Okay? If it ever gets there. I don't think it will today. But if it does, I will look at this. And then what I'll do, I'm going to create a region actually. From here to the bottom of this range here. Oops, let's do it again. So from here, at the bottom, oh, it is too. Okay, from there. Once I get to this zone, I'm going to look at price action to see what happens when it turns around. I can also do this. Let's go like this. Oops. Let's look where. Yeah, see, the volume point of control is right here on this zone, so on this blue line here. So basically, we're going to look to see if it holds this, continues to go up. If it does, this is the earliest, one of the best trades I look for because I'm still in the day trend. Day trend turns around, which happened, I don't know how many sessions ago. It kind of wrecked my plan because that was the plan I was trying to shoot for that one day. And so we're 10 minutes before the open. I'm going to step away here, and then when I'm done this video, it'll go really fast for 5 seconds or whatever, and then we'll go from there. And other than that, we are set. So the goal is, let's just finish this up. The goal is our first trade possibility, or possibly, depending where market open is, we'll trade above this zone, which is nice because we're above it right now. If we get a serious pullback, I gotta change those color lines. We have an opportunity here which we have to look at. possibly second here, but and then this one right by the blue line. The reason why is when you have a prior open, actually I should do an ellipse here too so you guys understand. There's a prior open and a prior low. There you go. So look where the prior low is. This one looks super attractive if we get a big drop down, because this is where the FOMC bounce was, right? FOMC, FOMC. So if they're planning to go up, looks like they're going to sell off like crazy. If it happens, we can buy in here and then go this direction. So we're going to find out. Actually, that would be my favorite trade. Bottom line, if that happens, then you're really off to the races. So I'm going to draw. I'm going to put it in, what should I use? Rectangles. Stay in draw mode. Rectangles. Areas of interest. I'm going to put it rectangle fat. And of course, our area, of course, will be always when we go above here. Stay above that zone. Possibly here. Let's see, we're going back in, but we have to watch price action. This is for myself to watch. Right here. Those are the three areas I'm kind of interested in, because this was prior open, prior lows, and of course once I break out I can take this. Now this number here, right here, I'm going to put one right there. This was already a trend changer saying going up. You can see it's bouncing. But I'm going to take this with a grain of salt. This is from 4 o'clock till now, so I'll say I'll concede on that one. Because this market should be going up. And this trend tracker, I'll see how she blasts through here, because this is too early in the morning. We did a bounce on this, and we're doing a bounce on here. These are kind of like a valid trade, but because it's, like I said, 7 minutes before open now, I won't do it. I would love to see it just push really aggressively down, maybe to, if it does here, breaks down here. But if it gets down to this level, or the ultimate third level, this is my buy-in. Hopefully we're on the right side of the tree here, guys. Let's punch this up. Hopefully we can get to 20 points. There's a whole bunch of flash orders where my target is. Oh, that's good at 20 points. Okay, I'm closing at 7. The reason why I'm closing at 7, guys, took a long time today. 53. Where are we? Where are we? Right here, $53,040, guys. The combine's done. So what I've showed you, I took one trade today. I took quite a bit of heat on that trade. But when I looked at my analysis at the beginning, and I'm going to really, I will truncate this whole video for a long time, because this was a 2-hour long trade. I was trying to go on the buy. But let me see if I can open this up right here. On conclusion, Here we go, guys. We had the sell-off. I was looking at possibility of a buy-in in here. Nothing happened. I looked at a buy-in in here. Nothing happened. And I said, it will go down to here, bottom out. I got in a little high, took some heat, and then she reversed on me. This is the trade I was looking for the buy. It went from negative to negative, like it's really negative. But it didn't matter to me because I looked to the left. And we knew this was the prior low, and it never touched the prior low. It still might. We don't know. And now we're going back. And because I'm fighting a lot of these contracts, because they did a deep retracement, but this is the area the market makers wanted, because if they're going to be, the market's so good, a straight sell-off, this is where you buy in to go up. I don't know if we can break this zone. I have no idea. But all I needed to do is to make that $3,000 that I was telling you about. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at abc123trader. I will do the morning analysis. I'm going to show you the morning analysis. I'm just going to truncate the whole darn thing and then just show the trade. Okay? Other than that, just pinpoint trade safe, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Or day, I guess.